Recording in progress.
Good evening and welcome to the Lowell License Commission on February 20, what's today? March 10th, right? March 10th. I was looking at the agenda, said February 24th on the top, that's why, I'm sorry. All right, go ahead, John.
Commission Chair Dakota.
Here.
Commissioner Donahue.
Here.
Commissioner Krieger.
Here.
Commissioner Howe.
Here.
Commissioner Chan.
Here.
5 present. 0th is the acceptance of the February 24th, 2022 minutes.
Move for approval by Commissioner Krieger, seconded by Commissioner Donahue. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 1 on the agenda, please.
Application by 711-33097H. Cal Alcazar, manager for a common vittler license without alcoholic beverage service for premises at 55 Chelmsford Street. Cal will be joining us on Zoom.
Okay. Cal, are you there? Cal? Is he muted, John?
He is. I've asked him to unmute.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, Cal. How are you?
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Good. State your name for the record, please.
Cal Alcazar?
All right, Cal. So what's going on at the 7-Eleven?
I'm not sure. I just get that letter after being in a Zoom meeting.
You don't know what you're here for?
No. I just get the email saying that you have meeting on for common.
Do you know what a common victual license is?
No.
All right. Well prepared. Very good. Secretary Pires, can you sum up this for Mr. Alcazar, please?
Yes. Every business that sells prepared food has to have a common vittler's license.
Okay.
7-Eleven Incorporated submitted you, and
So Mr. Alcazar submitted an application, correct?
7-Eleven submitted it on his behalf.
On his behalf.
Yes.
Mr. Alcazar, did you know that 7-Eleven did this for you?
Yes.
Okay, now you do. All right. Is the paperwork all in order?
The paperwork is in order.
All right, do we have any questions or comments? Commissioner Howe?
I'd like to ask, what food are you preparing, and are people sitting down? Do you have tables and chairs?
No, just frozen food that we just cook. There's no tables, no chairs.
Sorry, can you say that again?
No tables, no chairs. We're just cooking like frozen food.
So you're like microwaving frozen
Yeah.
food?
It's oven, yeah.
It's a 7-Eleven. They have
Right,
hot
thank
dogs.
you.
And
Yeah, I think I've been in there.
Hot dogs, pizzas, like wings, but they're all pre-cooked. We just reheat them.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Commissioner Donahue?
Mr. Alcazar, how long have you been the manager of the 7-Eleven?
Like 3 years.
So you have experience in serving food?
Yes.
My concern is you seem unprepared tonight.
Because I never heard of that. Yeah, because they never asked me for nothing. They just sent me email. And
But you've been at this location for 3 years?
no, not this location. With 7-Eleven 3 years. This location has been there for. They just opened that place, and as a corporate, it was franchised before for
Okay.
like 2 months ago.
Where have you worked previously for 7-Eleven?
7-Eleven, the other one is on Princeton Boulevard in Lowell. But they
The one
never
that's-
asked me for that before.
Go ahead. Princeton Boulevard.
Yeah, 645 Princeton Boulevard in Lowell.
How long were you there?
Like 3 years.
3 years. That place is now closed, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any further questions? Commissioner Howe?
Move approval.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Can you verify how many employees you intend to have to see if it match with the number,
Right now I have right now around 10, I think. I need a couple more, but you know, it's like it's hard right now. People, it goes between 9 and 12, 9 and 12.
Because on the application, it indicate that you have 5.
Not in this store, no.
No?
And more. This is 24/7.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Move approval?
Move for approval by Commissioner Howe, seconded by Commissioner Krieger. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Mr. Algazar? Wish you the best.
Thanks.
Ready?
Please.
Request for hearing regarding the application by Serve First Corporation doing business as Good Times Family Restaurant, Kedavan Tiberdids, proposed license manager for transfer of an all-alcoholic beverages restaurant license and new common vittler and entertainment licenses for premises at 1278 Gorham Street. It is requested that legal notice be published in the local newspaper and that a public hearing be held on March 24th, 2022 at 6 p.m.
Motion by Commissioner Chan, seconded by Commissioner Donahue, hold a public hearing on March 24th. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? On the 24th it is. Number 3 on the agenda, please.
Public hearing on the application by Candon Incorporated doing business as The Old Court, all alcoholic beverages restaurant licensee for a change of license manager to Finbar Shan for premises at 29 to 31 Central Street.
Good evening.
Hi, how's it?
State your name for the record, please.
Finbar Sheehan?
Did you knock off Jerry, or what did you do?
No, not quite. He's in Florida, so it seems that way.
So we're going to move the name from Mr. Murphy to Mr. Shan on the license?
Correct.
All right. Any shares being, it's just the transfer of the license? Any other, is Mr. Murphy still part of the Old Court? Or?
He is still, yes,
He
he is
is.
a 50% owner, yep.
Okay, that is fine. Questions or comments for Mr. Sheehan?
One,
Commissioner Donahue?
I asked the last gentleman if he had any experience. Are you familiar with the operation of the Old Court?
Way too familiar.
Thank you.
How many years now?
21, but it's not official because of COVID, so like just off
21.
20.
Wow, fantastic. Good for you. Motion on the floor by Commissioner Donahue, second by Commissioner Howe. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Finbar, good seeing you.
Great to see everybody. Thank you.
All right, be well.
Thank you.
Application for a charity wine pouring license and charity wine auction by the American Lebanese Syrian Associated Charities Incorporated, ALSAC of Memphis, Tennessee, for the event Fitness for a Cure benefiting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital to be held at Lowell Memorial Auditorium, 50 East Merrimack Street, Saturday, March 19th, 2022.
Who is here to represent?
I'm here, Sarah Potter.
I can't hear her that well. John, can you hear?
Hello?
Hi, state your name for the record.
Sarah Potter.
Hi, Sarah. How are you tonight?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Can you tell us about your event?
Sure. We've got about 400 guests coming to LMA next Saturday, the 19th. It's a pretty traditional gala, so there'll be a performance, a plated dinner, live auction, silent auction, and a St. Jude program.
All right. So tell us how the wine is going to be dispensed.
So the wine will be served from licensed bartenders from the hospitality group, and then the caterer is Artisan Catering Company.
That's fine. Questions or comments for Sarah? Commissioner Howe?
I've been to this event many times. Sherry Saruf does a great job, so I'm voting yes on this.
She sure does do a good job.
Any further comments from the board? Move for approval by Commissioner Krieger, seconded by Commissioner Howe. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Sarah. Have a nice night.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Application by Amanda Tinge for a special one-day license to sell, dispense wines and malt beverages only for a baby shower. Event to be held on Saturday, March 19th, 2022, from 7 to 11 p.m. at the Hellenic Center, 41 Broadway Street.
Amanda, you're on Zoom?
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, John?
Good. State your name for the record for me, please.
Amanda Itinge.
All right. So we're having a baby shower?
Yes, sir.
Are you inviting me, Amanda, or?
Absolutely. The
All
whole
right.
crowd. My little sister.
All right, all right. How many people are planning on being in the event?
Probably looking at 150, 200.
Really? For a baby shower,
Yeah.
huh? Wow, very well.
Yep.
Very good. And how many people are going to be dispensing wines and malts?
I have 3 people that are going to three certified bartenders that are going to be there assisting me.
Very good. You always come prepared. Very good. Questions or comments from the board? Move for approval by Commissioner Howe, seconded by Commissioner Chan. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? The motion carries. Amanda, always good seeing you. Be well.
Take care, John. Take care. Good evening. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Application by Christopher Hayes for a special one-day license to sell, dispense wines and malt beverages only for a do-it-yourself Lowell Community Chill Night, event to be held on Friday, March 25th, 2022, from 6 to 8 p.m. at Appleton Mill, number 5, 200 Jackson Street.
Good evening. State your name for the record.
Christopher Glenn Hayes.
Christopher, I love Lowell Community Chill Night. That's great. Tell us about it.
The event is mainly a chili and stew contest. We've got 10, well, hopefully 12 when all is said and done, either amateurs or professionals serving chili or stew. It's a fundraiser for our community group, DIY Lowell. We'll have a cash bar, and we'll have activities at DJ Yourself
I have
section.
to apologize. Secretary Pai has misspelled it. It says Lowell Community Chill Night.
It is chill night. It's the community.
Is it chill or chili?
It's the community chill night because it features chili, and it also features a chili dessert, which is
All right. Okay, I got it. That's chilling. All right. That's good. I like it.
the play on words.
All right. And who do we have dispensing alcohol that night?
We have a volunteer certified bartender that Bianca Morrow referred to us.
And how many people are going to be at your event?
100 at most, we think.
All right, coming and going? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, questions or comments for Chris? Motion on the floor by Commissioner Howe to approve. It's seconded by Commissioner Donahue. All in favor signify by saying aye. Motion carries. Chris, good luck with the event on chilly night.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Application by ARA Mark, Ashley Roper, manager, for 2 special one-day licenses to sell, dispense wines and malt beverages only. The first is for a retirement celebration to be held on Friday, March 18th, 2022, from 1 to 5 p.m. at Coburn Hall, 850 Broadway Street. The second is for a National Society of Black Engineers 40th anniversary celebration on Saturday, April 9th, 2022, from 6:30 to 10:30 p.m. at University Crossing, 220 Pawtucket Street.
Hi, is Ashley here?
I'm here. I'm on Zoom.
Ashley, you don't like to come and see us anymore?
I'm just really busy over here.
That'll get you good for tonight, but after that, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Very good. Tell us about your events quickly.
So the first one's a retirement party for Beth Donahue. Not sure how long she's been here. Quite some time. There's about 120 people attending this one. And the second one is a plated dinner for the 40th anniversary of NSBE.
Very well. Always do a good job there. Questions or comments from the board? Move for approval by Commissioner Donahue, seconded by Commissioner Chan. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Ashley, always good seeing you, even on TV.
As well. All right. Have a
Bye-bye.
good one.
You too.
For discussion at the request of the Lowell License Commission, a review of the promoter's license regulation, section 212 of the City of Lowell's alcoholic beverages regulations.
I'm going to leave the floor to Commissioner Donahue to start discussion and go with that.
Thank you. I did, when we last talked about this, talk about both a pub crawl and the promoter. And I think we're pretty good shape as far as the pub crawls are concerned. The discussion with the promoter was brought up when, I believe, about a month ago, in our mailings, we received notification or police report that there may have been a promoter involved in one of the bars in the city. And I think we needed to, prior to, now that we're coming out of the pandemic, make sure we're in good order with promoters, because I know in the past we've had UMass Lowell seniors being invited to partake in pub crawls in the city, and there has been questions about how it was to be run, and I think I just wanted to get us up to date now that the pandemic's hopefully over and we're opening up, and the bars, I think, are gonna try and open up to start making up some of lost time as far as the money's concerned. So I think it's interesting that John has been able to speak with people in the law department, and there are some ideas to changing the wording of section 212 of our regulations, and I think we're gonna need a little more thinking about how we're gonna designate it, because there are some interesting questions that have been brought up, including one of the local establishments did email John indicating some questions about possible legalities of some of the wording. So I think we're gonna need to have some input from the law office, but I think we've got to narrow it down to perhaps advertising either in social media and print media about companies that are in the business of promoting and charging fees, and perhaps even offering T-shirts or other types of items as part of an incentive to come to these pub crawls. I think part of our idea is also that we need to probably have the establishments required to have someone who is designated as the day manager for the day of the pub crawl, similar to like we have, similar to the pub crawl, I should say, at the promoter, somebody that is there that is, well, naming the promoter, address, and things of that nature. So I'm hoping to get a little more information from John and from the law department over the course of the next month or so we can make sure we have something in order.
Yep. Very good.
As soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Donahue. Secretary Pires, I know you've done quite a bit of legwork on this, and speaking with City Solicitor O'Connor and her team. Maybe update us a little bit more. I know that there were some questions concerning how this board would like to handle what is a promoter and what isn't a promoter, I guess, right? Do you want to expound upon that?
Well,
No.
Excuse me. There's not a lot to say, because you guys get to define what that is,
Yeah.
okay? Law can only help as much as what the words say, and then help you pull out the definition that you want. So it's up to the License Commission to determine how the regulation is applied. The Law Department found absolutely no basis for the legality question. Some of the examples, the Law Department suggested that you look at some different scenarios and decide, are there certain scenarios you don't know how to handle? You don't know whether they should have a promoter's license, and then we should discuss, you guys, not me, should discuss it, and you can discuss it with law as well. Ultimately, they suggested that you come up with a few different characteristics that might define a promoter, and maybe you would say that if a situation has 2 or 3 of these characteristics, they're required to have a promoter's license.
Yeah, okay.
So for instance, If we're talking about a professional promoter who is branded, it's a company, that is their business, then they're a promoter, right? And they need a promoter's license. If it's an individual or business or other type of business and they're getting a percentage of the profits from that night, then maybe we want to consider them a promoter. You know, use that as part of the definition of a promoter.
So that, there's really a lot of gray area here.
There's gray area until it's defined.
Right. So let's say I own an establishment, and I put on Facebook that tonight DJ Martha Howe will be playing tonight at my establishment. All right? That to me would not be constitute a promoting.
No.
Even though she's a very good DJ and blah, 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 blah. Now, if DJ Martha Howe then puts that on Facebook that she is going to be at an establishment, come and see me, that to me is promoting
Herself.
herself.
Exactly.
So is that a promoter or not?
Not really.
I don't think it is.
I don't think so. I mean, come see me, you know, come and have a
Right,
beer with
right.
me, you know, and.
What
Right.
else would you do if
All
you
right.
were a DJ?
Okay, so let's take that a step further. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. All right? She then says, it's only $10 to get in the door.
I think the distinction is, does she hire someone who's a professional to hit all the right media spots? I think we want to license professionals, amateurs we want to let slide.
What constitutes an amateur and a professional, though?
See, I think the problem with saying, you know, $10 at the door, is that a cover charge, which,
Well,
It
I
does
would
something
imagine,
else.
I would imagine that $10 goes to that, some of that goes to the DJ, some of it goes to the establishment. So you're promoting yourself as the DJ there that night, right? I would think you need a promoter's license. Or not. I think that's where that line is.
that's,
I think that's where,
That's,
maybe we all ponder this and think about this for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then come up with some questions or some ideas on how we want to handle this. And maybe, you know, all right,
Can I just-
yeah, let me throw this scenario out. What would you think about this? And let's go from there. Commissioner Chan?
Yeah, can I give an example? Let's just say
Bring your mic towards you.
a music fans, right, run a function hall or a restaurant that owned by an individual that have a license to sell alcohol, and sell a ticket, let's say $30 per ticket, and to 200 people or so, and the ticket's sold out, right? Actually, the money, the $30 go directly to the music band and the vocal, the star. But the restaurant benefit from serving alcohol. So there, you got two parties right there. So is that,
Well, there's another scenario right there. So,
So-
once again, I don't know where the line is drawn at this point and how we want to handle that. So I'm not saying, it's not that I don't want to discuss this any further, but
Right.
I think maybe we come better prepared in the next 2 weeks and say, all right, this is what I think a promoter is and they need a license. Or we come up with some scenarios and saying yes, no, maybe, but I think it needs to be black and white at that point. Right now, I think all five of us have different versions of what this is supposed to be and really don't know where to go with this. Now, I do remember, Joe and Cliff, I remember at the beginning in Martha, was that there was a DJ who was sending out pamphlets and on Facebook and that Club 255 on Chelmsford Street, I remember that one, and all them, it was $5 at the door. To me, that you would need a promoter's license to do something like that. That's clear cut. I am playing here, it's $10 to get in the door to see me be a DJ.
can I offer another scenario?
Sure, sure.
Another scenario might be, I've seen this a lot back in the day. A DJ will put out postcards. These are my next 5 gigs, without any money mentioned. Just come see me at these 5 gigs. They're self-promoting, right?
You just said the word, too. You're self-promoting. I mean.
Self-promoting,
Right,
it's
right.
different.
So once again, we're back in the gray area. I mean, I'm gonna be there, and you're not charging. See, to me, that's a fine line. You're charging to get in the door. Well, that money is, the establishment doesn't want to pay the DJ $300 a night. They want to get it at the door, so they don't have to pay it. So, in fact, that money at the door goes to the DJ. So you are promoting the DJ and how good of a DJ he is. I don't know. I'm kind of torn in between really what a promoter's license is, or, you know, who you got coming in the door, who's well-known DJ, who's a well-known band, you know?
Well, that brings the other question of social media.
Commissioner Howe, go ahead.
Would it be possible for Secretary Pyers to reach out to other large cities like Springfield, Worcester, to see if they have any parameters for what's a promoter and what's not a promoter? I'm assuming that we're not the first board that's been discussing this.
It's a great
I can
idea.
absolutely reach out. I
Bo-
haven't.
Put
I haven't
Boston
seen
on that
it.
list, too. I want to see what Boston's doing, too. That's a great idea. Commissioner Krieger, then Commissioner
What-
Donahue.
When do we get into double taxation? We have a license fee for live entertainment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or for a DJ. So are we double dipping these people?
Something to discuss at our next meeting, I think, to think about that. That's a great question, too.
Agree.
Do you have any further comments, Commissioner Donahue?
My recollection, my concern was, and I don't know if, I'm sure everybody remembers, who was the singer? Little Big Guy. He was some young kid that he was promoted from here to Medford and way all around the state. We had people coming in from
Oh, yeah.
every place.
It was something like that.
Yeah, Little Big Guy, and he was a young kid, but he had a great following, and.
Yeah, you
but-
played right over here, right?
Yeah.
Upstairs, yeah.
And the crowds that came in to some of the, I'm not saying his, but some of these events had some problems because we had attracted a big crowd from out of town. So the idea of social media, I think, is something that when you're promoting on social media, I think we need to have something about that in it, that social media drives a lot of this promotion. Thank you.
Secretary Pires, why don't we table this again? Put this on next agenda. Didn't touch upon pub crawls, Joe. I know you had said something about that as well.
No, I think we're all set.
To me, I think we run it pretty well.
Everything seems to be in place. I was just thinking about it as something that, as I said, coming out of the pandemic.
Yep,
Hopefully, we'll see some good pub crawls, and the bars being able to make some money.
very good. very
Thank
good.
you.
All right.
And
Any
if
further
I-
business?
If I may clarify one
Secretary
point.
Pires.
There is no fee for a promoter's license.
I'm sorry,
In
Mr.
case,
There's no
in case you
fee for
didn't
what
know that.
license?
No, there never has been.
No.
Right, correct, right. But you still have to get the license.
Yes.
Right, correct. Okay, yep. Now, is that something that we want to look at? That might be something for discussion in 2 weeks. If, you know,
Right.
like Joe just said, that the gentleman who was performing over there had 300 people there.
But as far as taxes and double dipping,
Oh, no, I understand.
okay,
Yep.
so,
Everybody good? Table it for, and talk about it in 2 weeks, and come up with some better ideas?
I just want, okay, if we are discussing that, we should also incorporate, what would be the penalty if, let's say, people do not comply? That should also be,
It will be discussed, and I think we should be consistent in the way we delve out our punishment, lack of a better word, is that we handle it just like any other complaint that comes before this board. You know, so if somebody does something and they don't have anything prior, then, you know, it could be place it on file, or it could be something that's just 6 months and that type of thing. But I don't think we should deviate from the way we conduct our business and as it pertains to complaints. But Up for discussion, Commissioner Chan, absolutely. Commissioner Pires, that's fine, let's put that down for discussion as well. All right. Motion on the floor to adjourn by Commissioner Krieger, seconded by Commissioner Howe. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ladies and gentlemen, have a good night.